Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about something exciting. Yes, growth is often a slow transformation with subtle life shifts that go unnoticeable until reflected on. Growth can also be extremely uncomfortable and challenging as you evolve into the person you are proud of. As you dive deeper into your own personal growth, you will notice the changes that have taken place. Here are 5 signs that might help with understanding your growth, even if it doesn't feel like it. This is Daily Top 5.
4, 3, 2, 1, watch me.
Number 1, you admit to your wrongs. Yes, when you're evolving, your ego gradually starts to take the back seat and you no longer care about being right all the time. Instead, you suddenly find yourself admitting to your wrongs, willing to learn and make all changes required of you to become a better person.
Yes.
I know I messed up, but yeah, I'll be a better. I'll change.
And then it becomes a major challenge for people who do not know how to say sorry. People who do not know how to admit their mistakes. So yes.
So when you start admitting your wrong, just know.
Even sometimes when you know how to say thank you, you know, that kind of thing.
Amanda.
But don't go overdo it. Amanda. Say I'm sorry.
Nice one. Be something new.
Well, you got yourself.
Nice one.
Jokes aside, it's actually really true that a lot of times ego stops a lot of good things from happening to you. Just because you know that you are right. For instance, on the way to work today, there was these 2 cars that actually hit each other because that guy was like, I'm not going to let you into my lane. Like, that is how it is. When you put your ego against situations, you will get bruised. Because you're trying to prove a point. So it's not everything you need to prove a point to. Let it go.
Just admit.
Let it go. Let it go. All right, moving on. So we also say you take full responsibility. Yes, you need to. People who blame all their problems on others can never evolve. Like, when you get to the point where you're done with playing games and you're finally ready to take full responsibility for your wrongs and mistakes, that is actually when you know you're starting to evolve. And that is very true.
Very hard.
I agree. I mess up. It's hard, but
I've seen some people master it.
When we get there.
I think what people don't really understand, especially when it's something that is a flaw. When you own it, you have taken away the power from the other person. So the other day I was calling someone a scum, and he's actually a scum. I'm like, Kai. No, it's not OJ. No, OJ, why is your chest paining you?
No, me.
Now.
Me?
Guilt is worrying you.
Guilt is worrying so badly.
Continue, Jerry.
So I'm like, gosh, you're such a scum. He's like, yeah, I agree. And he continued.
I know, right?
Did you hear what I said? So at that point in time, like, that's a very bad example. I'm not saying you should be a scum with your full chest, but my point is that when you actually know that, okay, this is who I am, and you have owned it, you have actually taken the power back from the person, and now you can now decide to work on it or not, but choose to work on it.
Yeah, people should try to work on it because there are times that they don't even realize they're doing these things, and they go on and on. Like,
the first step is acknowledging.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, the 3rd tip on our list: you are investing in your growth. When you go from constantly looking for freebies to investing your time and money into your growth, for example, buying and reading helpful books, paying for mentorships, and so on, in general, just trying to make yourself a better you, then you already know you are evolving.
Yeah.
You know, I know someone that every time the person is always talking about self-development and when the person brings up, oh, I'm going for this class, that people will be like, yeah, wasting your money. And then, you know, the sad part is when the person comes up and says, oh, this person wants to do free training on self-development, these people will still say, why are you wasting your internet? And at the end of the day, what are you doing with your data? You're watching maybe some reunion or something that doesn't even concern you.
Throw the shades,
something that doesn't even change or evolve your life. So I feel people should try once in a while. If you're not the type that likes to read books, learn from your surroundings and from people around you.
That's right.
That's it. All right, so our next tip is you beginning to set boundaries. You no longer say yes to everything and everyone because you're now conscious of the things and people you allow in your inner space. Trust me, this is very liberating, and I can attest to this. Like, there was a point in my life where I was nice to a fault. I used to say yes to everything. I'm sorry to everything. Even when I'm not at fault or I didn't do something.
Pleasing.
I just, no, it wasn't even people pleasing. It was more like, oh, there's an issue. Let me just say sorry so that we'll forget about it. Because the other person is being like, oh, I'm not going to say sorry. I'm not going to. So it got to a point that I realized that it wasn't working for me because I was beginning to feel down. It was beginning to feel like I was always at fault, even when I wasn't. So I took it upon myself, and consciously, I started taking note of these things. When this thing happens, I do not say sorry. And then it got to a point where, unconsciously, I wasn't now saying sorry again. So something happened with someone, and it's like, Catherine, you did not say sorry. This is so unlike you. I'm like, oh, was I at fault? Oh, yeah.
I think for me, I would just say it's about finding your balance and your boundaries, knowing when to actually apologize, knowing when not to because you're not at fault, knowing the kind of people you want to allow, knowing when you want your personal space, knowing what you want to eat. It's just about asking yourself those questions. Who are you? Defining your friendship, defining your inner space. That's right about that.
And these are the things that actually help you become stronger mentally.
Yes, sir. Wrap it up to the top 5. Number 5, you might feel embarrassed about past choices. You're no longer content to just accept things as the way it is. You want to really understand. You want to understand why some people react certain ways, or old limiting and false beliefs. You want to understand why a relationship ended the way it did, and what role you did and didn't play in how it unfolded. Triggered by certain things, why you respond the way you do, why you think the way you do. This is the entryway to truly changing your life.
Exactly what I was saying. Like, it's something I always start asking myself, like, Amanda, what do you want to do? Who do you want to be friends with? What kind of career path do you want to take? What kind of things do you want to drop? Because people have a way of defining you and telling you things you should do, people you should date, people you hang out with. No. You have to ask yourself, why do I want to hang out with this? You need to keep asking that why. Why do I even believe in God? Yeah, you need to go that deep. Because when you actually go that deep, then you actually have your faith will be very strong. Your relationship will be very strong. Your career will be very strong because you know the why. It's always very important to know the why.
Yeah, and the very first step with self-development and becoming a better person is understanding yourself. When you understand yourself, you understand your goals, you understand what you stand for, then nothing will faze you. Even peer pressure has got nothing on you. Trust me.
That's right.